Item 2, election fraud conspiracy complaint, Michael Zarzano of Florida. I don't think this is really good to talk about the election fraud, but maybe some of the grand jury stuff that Paul was moving forward with and Michael is also involved in. Would either Michael or Paul like to give us any kind of an update on especially Paul's progress with his efforts at securing some grand jury recognition? Michael or Paul?
Well, if I may, Paul here.
Paul.
The only update I have is that over the last 2 weeks I've been receiving emails with petitions attached of folks who have filled out and signed a request to the grand jury to be added as petitioners in the matter. And let's see, that brings us to 280-something petitioners now. And we're still trying to raise the funds to hire the attorney. And this past week, I wrote a letter and converted it to a PDF to the Attorney General of the United States and to his assistant. And rather than make it a complaint through the normal reporting procedures for the U.S. Department of Justice, I happen to have a name and a email address for the director of the U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division Freedom of Religion section. So what I did was I attached that complaint letter to the U.S. Attorney General, emailed it to Mr. Treen, and he returned a notice that he did not make it a habit of opening PDFs, and could I explain what I was doing. And I simply informed him that this was a complaint about the criminal misconduct of the United States Attorney in the Northern District of Georgia for denying petitioners access to grand juries, and that I had simply sent it to him with a request in the PDF that he forwarded to the United States Attorney and his immediate assistant. He returned an email at 9 o'clock that night. I don't know if that poor guy lives at the U.S. Department of Justice, but apparently he keeps up with his business emails. And he returned an email stating that he would get on that the next morning. So it's been a day and I haven't received any response from the U.S. Attorney or him. So I'm simply waiting to see what the results might be from that. Otherwise, I don't have anything else, and I thank you for the update.
Thank you, Paul. That sounds like that is some good progress. At least you're getting some recognition, right?
Yes. Yes, apparently, and apparently it's nationwide. I got one email I remember from San Diego, California, and one from a small community up in the state of Washington, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana. So people across the country are paying attention, and they're paying attention to their voting rights. And, you know, I cannot sit here and say of my own knowledge to any of the folks on this call that I know for a fact that there's been criminal misconduct. But what I do know is there is evidence which I have seen which gives me an articulable suspicion that criminal activity activity may have been engaged in. And if any fraud has been committed since fraud vitiates all, then a grand jury is right now the proper entity with the authority of statutory law to make the investigation. And of course, we all have a right to ask them to do an investigation. And when they issue their findings of fact and conclusions of law, as far as I'm concerned, that's going to be the end of it. You know, if they find that there was no statistical anomaly to change the election results, then that's the way it's going to be as far as I'm concerned.